idea was the idea was to just like for her to just record without us ever knowing, and just after like 10 minutes she's like, oh, you guys been recording this whole time. But I think we haven't done this in a while.
That would have been fun, but
do you know how to press the record button on that?
Yeah.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got some good feet.
Is it?
Oh wait, is it back? Cause I wanna. Okay, yeah.
can you see me?
Yeah.
Are we in there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Jesus.
Welcome back.
Sorry, as I should start, welcome back to the Thoughtless Minds podcast. I have my guest today, Alex Mullers.
Hello. Mullers. It's just Muller, babe.
Because everything goes Mullers.
Yeah, I was just about to... Anyway.
Oh God! Wait, what were we talking about? We were talking about Canada, right?
Yes, that was your first question. But let's get into that.
No, but you guys were talking about something else, right? You forgot? Okay, shit, never mind. Oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna.
Thoughtless minds, everybody.
Exactly, because it's funny because the whole idea of this podcast was basically, you get to turn off your brain and just flow with it, like whatever comes, whatever goes, just keep it going in a very like chill and continuous way. So that's why I thought like, oh, thoughtless, because you know there are certain times when you're just sitting on the ground or just anywhere and you just turn off your brain for a second.
Right, there's no thought put into it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I had the idea of thoughtless minds.
It's genius. Thoughtless minds, everybody. Thank you.
Thoughtless minds. Thank you. So Alex, I had this one question I did want to ask you. For you, what was the one thing that you missed from back home? Like that small detail that out of random times it'll just like, I miss home.
Well, I think it should be noted that my home in question here is Canada, and we are currently in the Netherlands, just for everybody's knowledge.
Right.
But the one thing I miss in Canada, I think the accessibility for me. I know it's a bit different because I know here in the Netherlands it's very much it's a walking and cycle city, kind of more public, relies on like it's a walkable city. You know what I mean?
It is, absolutely.
In Canada, North America infrastructure, it's very much road dependent, very much car dependent. Everything's designed to be through cars, which is good and bad because I mean obviously it's better to walk anywhere than drive everywhere all the time, and like the only way you get around is through a car, which is true, but that's besides the point. I think the accessibility of like drive-throughs, driving to wherever you want to go without, because I mean there's like lots of parking stuff, lots of things that like I said are designed for the road.
So wait, you would say that accessibility is, I can get from point A to point B with a car.
Let's say a lazy accessibility, because that's how it's designed. I think it's lazy.
How so lazy?
Lazy because you don't walk.
So
you walk when you get to the place, but it's easy. You understand what I mean? Because
kind of, yeah.
It's you drive everywhere by car. It's not effort. There's no effort than like walking, like in the centrum or something. You're like walking down and up, like or even just like walking or biking to the centrum.
I mean, people bike in the center. Like people bike everywhere.
You can bike everywhere. That's at least like exercise in some form, or you're moving your body. Whereas if you're in a car and you're driving everywhere you have to go, but you're just sitting.
But doesn't Canada have like a biking lane?
In some like urban areas, like culture, like downtown. Nothing out of city though, like rural areas or like towns or residential areas. Nothing like that. No.
In some,
like it's not everywhere. No.
It's here. I feel like it's everywhere here. Like no bad. They just like grab like a red paint and just like, all right, just keep going. Don't stop.
Even in the residential areas too, though. That's how it is here. So that's what I'm saying. It's like more car than bike or more car than walking. But yeah, I think it's fun though, because it's definitely different. Because like once you get your driver's license, you basically made it.
What's the required age, the minimum?
14 with your parents, and that's like the theory, and then 16 you get the practical, and then you can start driving on your own. But that's in Alberta, because every province is a bit different. But.
Yeah, because I think in most places it's like outside it's just like 18 and above. But I mean like cigarettes you can buy, like at certain places you can buy a cigarette
at like 14.
Exactly.
Literally,
and that's way crazy for me. That's like so wait, they're allowed to
young. Yeah,
you're allowed to smoke but not drive a car. I get like driving a car, it requires responsibility and everything, but I guess like smoking is like, bro, are you an adult?
Right. And I mean it definitely like is bad when you're a kid, even worse on your developing lungs. Like hello, that's crazy. But I know it's a whole thing. It's. I mean,
I feel like it's not that much talk about.
no.
Or is it something that is probably always a debate, but it never comes to an end?
Well, I think it's interesting, just like what kind of, like, places you see with the kids that is less normalized. Cause
How so?
Like normalized as in like like they smoke from a young age, and it's not like shamed upon. Like you can see a 13-year-old in the street smoking, you wouldn't say anything. That's how normalized it is in some certain countries and stuff like that.
It's very much a culture thing then.
Yeah. But like right, but not from. But for me, it was vaping. That's the thing. I'm so embarrassed, but like I had my first vape at like 14.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever drank alcohol until I was like probably 18 or 19.
Really? You've got to be kidding. See, that's the thing. Substance abuse is funny because, like, why is it started so young in Canada? You know what I mean?
I wasn't the popular kid. Not gonna lie, I was a weird kid back then. I was
No,
a
but
really
you
weird kid.
never went to parties when you were a teen, because that's where all the alcohol was.
I wasn't much invited to parties in my gang.
Okay.
Until at a certain point when I met my best friend, that's when I started going more to parties.
I think Canada was crazy for me growing up as a teen because we did everything.
What?
Like, no, not like that. But I'm telling, not like that. But I'm telling you, vaping, drinking, smoking, weed, and then like
legal, yeah.
and that because it's legal there, yeah. But like that was teenage years, and the parties.
Because I think it depends. Because both for me and Ellen, I don't think we went to parties as much at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a friend who did do who smoked weed at a really young age, and there was like a girl in my class who like did ecstasy at school. They smoked weed in the bathroom.
Oh, they always vape in the bathroom. That's a funny thing. Anybody in Canada rural areas though, like if you're in the bathroom in high school or you're vaping, you're either vaping or you're like talking shit.
It's so weird. It kind of like that's the place to go.
Mm-hmm. But like, you don't even go there. Nobody do you wait. Question: do you use the bathrooms at school?
I often, if I really have to go, I go. Because for example,
but like high school.
Oh no.
High school, not like college or anything after that. No. High
rarely.
school.
If it's
Never.
only needed, like if
emergency.
I'm dripping like sweat, I'm like, God, I can't hold this. Jesus Christ, help me right now, and I will change. I swear to God, that's the only time I have to go. Okay. Because like I feel like it's a very much embarrassing thing to go to the
you don't do that.
You don't even like, I know adults, they say like, oh, you don't go to the bathroom at a friend's place or at your work.
What? Really?
Like where have you ever gone to a friend's place and used their toilet?
Yes.
Nah, I feel like it's embarrassing. I feel like I have to know you first in order to use your toilet.
Baby, if you gotta go, you gotta go. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. I'm telling you. Listen, if they're a friend, they won't give a fuck.
That's true. Serious. But I feel like I can hold it.
Imagine going to a friend's then just dying from having to go to the.
I just make sure the day before or that morning I do not eat Taco Bell. I do not drink milk because I am lactose intolerant.
Really?
I'm lactose intolerant.
You never told me that.
I really am. I have it strong. I have it really strong because I don't drink anything milk. I do eat cheese.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say.
You know what? But after a certain while, I think when I was like 15 or 16, I'll show that right now. But I think 15 to 16, I always just drank milk, and just had to go to the toilet like continuously. I'm like, this is so weird, but it just happened a lot. And then somebody told the idea of like, yeah, you're probably lactose, and I'm like, what is that? And you're like, oh, you can drink milk, but your body rejects it and you have to go to the toilet. And I'm like, and that's how I figured it out. And then so soya milk, almond milk.
Soy milk and almond milk are like top tier. I don't know. I never tried oat milk outside of a coffee, but I feel like it would be okay. But like soy milk is really good. But I was about to ask, like, people don't drink milk anymore. Like when they were a kid, you drink like a glass of milk, like when you before you went to bed, or like when you had some cookies or something. But they don't. That's not advertised at all. That's not even normal. Like not normalized, but it's not even common. You don't drink milk anymore.
In the Netherlands, it really is.
Really?
I used to work with like a lot of old people, and
they still drink milk.
2 mugs of like milk with their lunch.
But does anybody in Gen Z drink milk anymore?
Nah.
At all. Like you have it with cereal, but like by itself.
And especially not cow milk.
No.
Especially not cow milk. But I mean, it's.
But cow milk's, I don't know.
That's a very much, I feel like, vegetarian to vegan kind of like debate.
That's what you think.
Because I remember I said something and I quoted wrong, because I think we're one of the few animals. No, we're one of the few mammals that drinks like productive products from another animal.
Maybe I shouldn't have just drank water right
For example, because we humans and cats, but I can't cow milk. I feel like almost every animal can drink that, but it's like, because I think no, I could be wrong. What? Because I think humans, cats, what else drinks milk? Like cow milk.
Dogs could. They could. I don't think they do. They could. What about goats?
I mean, there's goat milk.
Right. So they
but that's not a common thing. Not goat milk.
Goat milk. Nah. I would never. Would you try goat milk?
I don't think I've ever tried goat cheese.
I wouldn't try goat milk because I wouldn't try goat cheese. That's kind of like a no. You know what I'm talking about?
That's like, listen, if I want to try this, I have to try this first.
And I don't want either. I want none of it.
No?
No, absolutely not.
What?
I had blue cheese before when I was like 10. No, not 10, like 12.
Blue cheese?
Blue cheese. I had to try it for like foods class.
Foods class?
There was like a cheese charcuterie board or whatever you call it.
Culinary board.
Charcuterie.
Oh, I thought you meant the Ouija.
No.
I thought you meant the cutting board.
No, there was like a charcuterie board and there was like all types of cheese.
Can I have some water, please?
And I had blue cheese. That shit was nasty. And the worst part was it wasn't even like solid. Like it was mush. Like it was like yeah, it was not pleasant.
Oh wait, but going back to Canada, what's the one thing that you missed from Canada?
Driving. Because I don't drive here. Because it's like all stick shift, like manual. And like I do not know how to drive that shit.
Wait, you know how to drive manual? Manual?
I tried
manual?
learning and I was kind of pissed off after the second lesson. So
I learned it here. I think when I got my first job at Dune, I remember I had to work at a certain place. My first shift ever, I had to work at a certain place. And they're like, oh, you can just borrow a car because you have a driver's license. I'm like, yeah, sure. I've never driven here before. And I'm like, okay, maybe the car is just automatic. And then I got inside the car and I see a stick with a bunch of numbers. I'm like, what's that? So then I butchered my way to, because I vaguely remember my dad. My dad taught me how to drive a car, but I think my teacher at my dance group, he taught me how to drive stick. So I vaguely remember how to actually drive stick. So then I turned it on, which took me like 3 times because it just turned off twice on me. And then I managed to get from 1 to 2, and then just pray to God I don't have to go back to 1 or 3. I just stayed at 2 the whole time. And then at a certain point I got on a highway. And then I didn't know this, but the car can turn off while you're driving. It doesn't stop. It just turns off, and you just
stalling. Yeah.
But I was like 110, and I'm like, the car everything just turned off. I just and I'm like, what? And the car's still going fast. I'm like, oh God. So like as it's still driving, I turn it back on, and I just shifted to 3, and it just like turned off again. So the twice has the car turned off on me on a highway, and on the 3rd try it just went straight to 3, and it just kept going. The car, I think I wrecked something because I heard a and I'm like, oh wow, this is a company.
That doesn't sound good.
This is a company car.
Good.
And this is the funny spot. I got to my job. I worked in my first 8-hour shift. I'm like, okay, we're done. I come back to the car. I'm like, I gotta drive again. But somehow I did manage. It didn't stall.
You didn't.
I didn't stall.
Got home.
I got home, and then I think a few days later, the same app I used for the car, I also made an account and just registered. Like, paid 2 hours to just drive this random ass car, because there's a bunch of cars like my wheels just around. So I paid for one for 2 hours and just practiced.
That's good, but bad the first time. See, and that's why I don't want to drive a man, because that sounds terrifying. No, on a highway, really?
It's funny too, because a lot of people tell me the moment you learn how to drive manual, it's you don't want to change back. You really don't want to change back.
That. Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I guess I can see why people find it fun or comfortable, but I just don't. I find it so annoying.
To me, like I don't mind teaching my friends how to drive manual, because after like 1 or 2 lessons, it just gets easy. And then after a while, after driving for so much, you just do everything so smoothly. Like I've seen, like when I drive, you notice like, oh, he's about to brake.
I've never driven with you.
No.
No. But I should. I want to see now because I hope you. I want to test if you can crash the car by the end of the night.
Because it's funny too. Because I used to drive a lot back then and a lot of automatic. Because me and my best friend, what we used to do is we would like often be bored. He'd come to my place and it's like, you want to do something? And I'm like, let's just drive around. And then like at 7, 8, 9, 10 at night, we just drive.
Yeah.
And just
that's what I did in Canada.
We
so
play
fun.
music. We have
Night
small
drives.
talk, but it's often just quiet, and we just drive, pitch dark, lights on. We're just cruising.
That's what I miss. Yes, late night drives.
That is
Absolutely,
what
that was
I
a
miss
vibe.
too.
I did that too a lot of the time, but I don't have a car now, and I don't drive manual. But the funny thing about manual is I think it's being phased out because all these electric cars, all the hybrids, like most of them aren't manual anymore. Baby, it's all
No?
automatic. No. Also, can I just know this is the most I've ever talked about cars in my life ever. Like I do not like I am a man and I do not talk about cars like this. Like
I
that's
am not
crazy.
a car guy.
That's crazy. What have you done?
It sounds like I've gotten a cheese and like, oh, nobody has ever beaten this. Like it's been the record is only 2 minutes. It's been 5, Alan.
Anyways, let's move along.
Let me grab my phone and see, because I have a bunch of like good questions, but I feel like they're way deeper, way topical.
Ooh, save those ones for later then.
Oh, I'll just grab one of those because I think I have like 17 or 15. Because somehow,
17.
like, I am getting 17 or 15 gets. If somebody wants to come back again, I'm like, hey, yo, sure. I got more legit. Ooh, I just saw one. Ooh, this is a good one. Wait. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. Do you think in life we are all connected?
Ooh.
Like through fate, through destiny, through friends, through just ancestors.
I mean, biologically, yes. Anything else, no. But I do believe in the 7 rule.
The 7 rule?
Yeah, so like every one person that you know, they know. It's like a line down, like that person knows that person knows that person, that the 7th person is somehow connected back to you.
Really?
Because that's how like the world works, yeah.
What?
Or like the 7th person is you know them. So so like say for me, if I know like I'm person 1, you're person, I know you're person 2. There's like 5 other persons.
Mm-hmm.
That 7th person you are most likely to either have been connected to or you know them or know of them or something like that.
Oh,
the 7 rule. Do you know
what? I've never thought about that. No, I've never thought about that. I've never heard of that.
7, 7. Yeah, like
the 777. Not 777 is like good luck.
Like yeah, no, but it's the 7th person. That's like a whole ideology and something like that. And I think it's 100% like possible and plausible.
Because funny enough, that's kind of how I think too. I think somehow we're all connected, but like through distant. Through distant ways.
Mm-hmm.
It could be friends or it could be family, and that's how I think. That's why I think generally, like that's why you should be kind to each other. Cause did you find something? No, that's what I think. You should be kind to each other because we're all connected. We all
Really?
share what I call now present. We all share time because this is my generation. This is what I'm growing up with. If I, for example, grew up 3 years earlier or 3 years later, that's not even 3 years. Maybe, for example, a day different.
Really?
I feel like your life could change, or the people you might know could change. If I was born maybe a year earlier, my life would have been completely different.
I get that. I don't know. I feel like everybody's connected, but I feel like it's not like. I feel like it's more societal, like connected than like just like something deeper. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we all experience the same things, but that's just because we're here. Like I guess we're connected by like as you said the time. That part I understand.
We are a generation.
We're sharing the same time, space, rather than somebody else. And I think that in that point, yeah, we're connected by like that. But I think and like soul, like what do you think about soul bonds? Because I want to know what you think about that, like soul intertwining, stuff like that.
Ooh.
Like, do you think there is like soul bonds?
I kind of believe in soulmates, but to me, I differ like soulmates. For me, soulmates could be bonds that are gonna be unbreakable and always within your life. For example, that's gonna be a bond with me and my sister, a bond with me and my parents,
Right.
or a bond with my best friend. For example,
Right.
like I know those bonds are not gonna break because I've known them for so long, and they're still here with me.
Right.
I've
And
known
there's
my friend.
a lot of bonds. Like really.
And there's more that are also like are gonna happen, but I just don't realize it yet because I'm only 25. I've only maybe a quarter way into my life,
Right.
so I don't know. There's gonna be more bonds for sure. Like, I'm
Like
gonna
the soul
love
bond.
every one of them.
Like the soul bond, like the ultimate bond. You think that's real? Because I mean, there's, like I said, there's a lot of bonds with people you make. Also, a lot of negative bonds, like trauma bonds, very real. Those are very, like, there's a lot of bonds like just with the people you make. So I think having the belief that there's a soul bond out there for you, it's probably like the best thing. Because I mean, like you believe in like the one.
The one.
Person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people now they don't I don't know what it is. I feel like a lot of people they don't believe in that anymore because they just like settle with somebody that they know isn't like the one. Like they know they don't have that soul bond.
I mean, I feel like if it's my best friend, absolutely. On that level, I mean.
Yeah.
On partnership, if they're like
Yeah.
my best friend.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Friends to lovers. You're down for that trope.
No, I mean lovers that are best friends.
Oh. Right. Yeah, that's cute. I like that. Yeah, yeah.
At a certain point.
Well, I would hope so.
At a certain people like, oh my god, it's them again.
No, that's,
like,
oh, you don't want to
like,
see anybody happy.
No. For example, like it's blatantly obvious that they believe like they're destined to be together, and it's very much their atmosphere. Like for example, there's fictional characters that are always gonna be like, oh, the power couple, or or are gonna always be together. I was about to say like words in fucking Spanish. Yeah, because I revert back to Spanish sometimes. Like Barbie and Ken, for example, or Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my god, who's your favorite Powerpuff Girl?
Ooh.
Because mine has to be Bubbles. I'm so
Buttercup.
Bubbles. I'm sorry.
Buttercup.
You're Buttercup?
Because
Really?
green. I like the color. I like the color green.
Well, yeah, but it's more about the color. Come on, you know that.
I think personality-wise, Bubbles. She's so sweet.
Bubbles is the one. Like I just end blue. Like I love that pastel blue.
But
Very nice.
I like it too because it kind of reminds me of like, oh, every superhero kind of trope thing is like in groups, like the Power Rangers, the Ninja Turtles, Kung Fu Panda. It's always like 5 group.
Right.
Jesus, Kung Fu Panda.
That was so long ago.
I can't remember. I think they're making a new sequel. They said it's gonna release out. Can you check that real quick? I remember they said something up. They were thinking of doing a new Kung Fu Panda movie.
So
I could be wrong on this.
But speaking of Kung Fu Panda, have you ever played Club Penguin?
No.
Like, what do you think about those online games? Club Penguin was my shit. Okay,
really?
Let me talk about this.
Really?
It's the online, like the virtual website games. A certain demographic, certain audience right now, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You had Pop Tropica, you had Club Penguin, you had Moshi Monsters, you had what else is the other one I'm missing? Oh yeah, Movie Star Planet, but that one came a little later. But still, all these people know exactly what I'm talking about. But Club Penguin was the top.
Bro,
Club Penguin was the top of the top. You are a penguin. You could put a wig on your penguin. You could style your penguin. You could take these penguins to anywhere. You can buy your own igloo. You can decorate your own igloo.
The only thing I know,
and you can chat with random strangers. And it was the funnest shit.
The only thing I know is Habbo. I think it was one Habbo. Kind of like everybody was like a 4D square. You can also play games, chats, basically. It was like the basically it's like the online games on fucking Facebook.
Yeah, that's another one.
The online games on Facebook, like Yoville, all
Farmville. That was my shit. But why did I always try? How did I never figure out? It took me every time I wanted to play Farmville, I couldn't find the game. Like on Facebook, I just literally never.
Because they removed it.
Yeah.
They removed it.
They removed it, and I was so pissed off when I was a kid because I was like playing it one day, and then one day it just didn't show up anymore.
But even on
but that game was so fun.
Even on Club Penguins, they said like, oh, we're gonna close the servers.
Yeah, because Disney bought it like back during their peak, and then they just like completely tanked it after they tried to like make a new Club Penguin game, and it was like 3D models, and it was the ugliest shit you've ever seen. That was Club Penguin Island, and that tanked the game.
How?
That made Disney just shut the doors. Like it was so.
Okay, how was the
See,
closing?
it's so ugly. Oh my god. Sorry, I just.
How was the? Oh my god, Club Penguin.
Club Penguin. Because the servers were so shit. Did you not remember the raids? They were like Club Penguin raids. They made YouTube raids. They had raids on that game. Like it was actually hilarious. And then
Even on League, we have raids, but that's just hilarious. I mean, WoW too. But for example, I was talking. How did the servers actually close? How did it look like when it closed? What was it?
Well, it was like regular, like the Club Penguin one, like the original game. It was just like the regular thing, but they had like a countdown, I think, at the end, like 5 minutes before it closed for good, and then it just like got cut off. That
really?
Was there's like YouTube videos of it too.
Bro, I've seen the most scariest one. Have you ever seen the online Matrix game?
No, what's that?
It's basically you're in the Matrix and everything. You're in the whole universe of the Matrix, and then the servers had to be shut down, and because they had a whole issue, they had to close the servers. And it had the most creepiest way of shutting down.
Really?
It basically what happened is the characters because it was in the universe of the Matrix, right? So everybody would start to like convulse, I would say, kind of like crimp inside a small ball, like when you grab a ball and you crumble it up and throw it on the ground. That's how it did. That was the whole animation, and they had a screaming noise to it, and it was one of the most creepiest way an online game had to close their servers.
Imagine seeing that as a kid. I would be traumatized. That sounds traumatizing. That sounds crazy.
It's creepy, and I liked. I think if you go on YouTube, you might find it. And I just liked the whole like Matrix movies and everything. And when I saw the game, and I'm like, wow, this actually exists. And then to see that, because they announced it, and then when you see it happen, you're like, what?
The internet is crazy. Like that really is. But like, shout out to those developers that did that, because that sounds very like intentionally planned out to close the server like that. Like doing it in a way like that, that's very effective. Like to even be thinking about it now.
Effective trauma, but effective marketing.
That's crazy.
Because I feel like if it was a very much like thing, everybody would say it, and it would just get like a burst of news.
I didn't even know there was a game though.
Oh yeah, no, it's really old. It's really old.
Yeah,
it's really old. That's why it's really old.
But because I know like the only thing that's similar now is like Roblox is still out there like that. But like most of those like actual like good virtual games, like they died out. Like they went extinct. There's like barely any good ones left. I mean, it's like sad because the internet used to be so fun, like really.
But now it's just a bunch of, I would say, like Fall Guys. No, sorry. I think it started mainly when Corona happened. There was Among Us.
Yeah, and they moved on to like just in general games like for older audience really quick. You ever notice that?
No.
Like most of I feel like a lot of the games.
I've always been there. God of War, always been there.
No. But
Horizon Zero Dawn, always been there.
I don't know.
The Last of Us, always been there. It's very much.
Like as a kid. Yeah. Did you start that when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, but nowadays they just go straight into those games. You understand? Like there's not like I feel like there's still cool math games and Roblox and like I said, but I don't remember much like children games. No, children games. Like there's like not many kids games like at least virtually or digitally. I don't know like many that besides Among Us, I guess. But that was like one of the last ones.
You mean online or on like PCs?
Both. Like what kind of kids games do you know nowadays that people actually play?
Fall Guys.
Because most of them, I feel like most of them are just like adult games now. No, like, as a teen, you like play.
No, I've seen a few, but a few of them are. You're very much right because there's very few for like kids.
You know what I'm saying?
It's more like going towards online, but I think there's very small like good indie games. Like for example, Fall Guys, Fortnite.
I like Fall Guys. Fortnite's the major one. Yeah, like Fortnite, Minecraft. Those two survived. Like these two went the top of the top.
I mean Minecraft too. But
that's for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. But I think you're right. Actually, I can't think of that much games because the main games I'm thinking of are either action based or survival based or scary.
Right. Like, or mobile games, of course. Like there's a lot of like kids games for mobile. Yeah, sure. Those ones went up recently, but I feel like games that are focused like just focused on like kids or like just like young adults. Those ones like got phased out more for like the new games because like obviously there's more lifespan for games that you target towards everybody or like older people specifically.
Mario Party games,
right? Like you don't get that anymore because people found out like okay, well this is good for a few years, but then people move on, and then like everybody drops the game. You know what I mean? So you gotta get like a long lifespan out of a game like Minecraft, Mario. Last of Us, like a lot. Yeah,
But
you know what I mean.
I like the aspect of Minecraft because if you keep updating, you can add
the sandbox vibe.
You can just it's always fun. It's for everybody. They have different game modes. It's a simple game, and it just takes your creativity to do whatever it has to be inside. It could be, for example, like Tinker's Construct, where you can legit do like manufacturing and science and all that stuff, or magic mods, or for example online servers like the Hunger Games. I like the Hunger Games on Minecraft. They're really fun.
The Hunger Games, like did you ever were you there for the young dystopian, like young adult novel trend that went through like for a few years? Because I ate all of that up.
Wait, what?
Like there was like a whole slew of like the future dystopian books that came through, like Hunger Games, Divergent, the Ugly series. Like there was a few that just came out like back to back, and it was just like all dystopian. No books. Well, there were a few movies, but the Hunger Games really catapulted it. Because do you remember Divergent?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, now you're
right. Yeah. That era.
Going from we're going to games to something else.
Right. No. I know we're trying to get all the variety here, but that's what I'm talking about. Like those eras, that was so good for me because I was like 12. I think I was 12 when I read The Hunger Games for the first time.
But they're very much teen movies.
Oh yeah.
And they're absolutely.
But
good.
I love that dystopian. Like everybody was doing it at the time, sure, but I ate it up every single time actually, and I would.
What's your top 3 or top 5, or the ones you remember?
Well, I know like from a young, like when I was really young, I read this the Ugly series, and I don't know if it's as good as I remember, but I'm pretty sure it is because it stuck with me like all this time. But I know they're making a movie adaptation that's out next year for the first book, but there's like a 4-book series, and it was like I remember reading that like series, and I was like one of the first series I was really invested in as a kid. And also, I mean, Harry Potter, those books were great. But no, I think the Ugly series,
Harry Potter, it just grew with you.
Right. But no, Ugly series, I don't know who it's by.
I've never.
But
heard of it.
It's called Uglies. It's really like, who's it by?
Old. I feel like it's very.
No, it came out in like early 2000s. Scott Westerfield, he ate that.
Really?
That was such a good series. I like when I was 12, like that was everything to me. Yeah.
Nice.
It was crazy. Like that series took you on a wild trip. But they're making a movie, and I will be tuning in for that movie because I want to see how it is. Because Zoe King is the protagonist. They casted her. Okay. You know who that is? Zoe King.
Like certain like those type of movies, those actors, I cannot remember their names.
Well, the movie, I'm so excited.
Like, but yes, the Ugly series.
Ugly series. Divergent. What was the other one? Lunar Chronicles. 5. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, Uglies. Well, from what I read as a kid, Ugly series, Hunger Games, Lunar Chronicles, which is very underrated. Obviously, did I say? There's a bird. I'm just focusing at. Sorry,
I thought
so
it's raining. It's not.
No, it's just a bird in the tree.
Oh yeah,
you see that? Yeah.
Take a picture. No, I'm joking.
What are the other two? No, whatever. Those are top 3. Anyways, I forgot the other 2. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. I think for me it was the Maze Runner.
Yes, that one. Yeah, you're ringing bells. Yeah.
The Hunger Games, the Divergent series.
That was good.
Harry Potter, absolutely love that. I was not much of a fan of Narnia.
I liked. What was it? And Indiana Jones. Those movies aged kind of. They were kind of okay.
Pirates of the Caribbean, always a favorite.
That one was really good.
Always a fan favorite.
Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell movies. You ever watch them?
I've watched the Barbie movies.
I watched. My sister always put on the pirate one or whatever when they had to go on like a pirate ship or something.
I've watched all of the Barbie movies.
Oh my god, really?
And like Winx Club.
No, but Tinkerbell was my Barbie movie because my sister was just obsessed with it. Like that's all she would put on the movie, like that movie, just on loop.
Did it have at least like good animation?
Because yes, it was very good.
The faces of the animals of Barbie, they're traumatizing.
What movie is it? Tinkerbell and the Land of the, what is that one? Lost something, the red one.
Did she could she talk or not?
Yes, that was the one. Yes,
could she talk?
Yeah.
Because remember certain cartoon characters they don't have like voice actors.
No, they got that one.
Only for movies they get voice actors.
Yeah,
like for example, like that one, like Tinkerbell, because she's known to not talk or anything. It's just like a gimmick. But for example, Tom and Jerry, they don't talk.
Right.
But Tinkerbell,
I think she talks.
I think I've seen it maybe once because I remember seeing like all those like children Disney movies, like Beauty and the Beast and the the ugly. What was it? The Notre Dame. That one.
Hunchback.
The Hunchback. Thank you, of Notre Dame.
Remember Tangled?
Yes.
That was iconic.
Yes.
That was very good.
It was very good. I
It was bad, but it was good. Wait, is that girl not in Good Girls? Right? She's in that.
The voice actor for Tinkerbell.
Really?
Yeah.
That girl from Good Girls. Oh wow.
There's so many actors you would not assume are voice actors.
Wait,
actually.
Raven Simone was in Tinkerbell? Pause. Who's she voiced?
Raven Simone? What? That's a Raven.
Yeah, that's so Raven. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that was such a.
Remember Cheetah Girls?
Hmm?
The Cheetah Girls?
The Cheetah Girls.
The Cheetah Girls.
Okay, what was it about? Yeah, because
It was a girl group. Raven Simone was in it.
Mm-hmm.
They made the best bops from Disney. You don't remember the Cheetah Girls?
No,
That was the Hilary Duff Cheetah Girls era. Like that was everything. Lizzie McGuire, Cheetah Girls. You weren't there.
I was Hannah Montana.
I was there. I was like right on the edge, and
Really?
Cheetah Girls. Yeah, but no, I was like ready for Hannah Montana.
That was my
the
era.
best.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Mm-hmm.
The
Sunny
Sweet
with
Life.
a Chance. Oh my God, Sweet
Uh-huh.
Life. You were there
Sweet
for
Life.
Jessie, weren't you?
I was there for Jessie, but I did not watch Jessie.
Jessie was so.
It was bad.
It was so.
It was bad. You know what's a first.
Hey,
first
Jessie. Ooh. Feels like a party every day. No, that was the corniest shit. But I like why was it funny? But it was so
You
bad.
sang it. I'm like, I don't remember this at all.
Liv and Maddie,
Nope.
Austin and Allie.
Yes.
You
Did
remember
not
that
watch
one?
it.
That
Did
one
not
was
watch it.
that one was so mid actually.
Really?
Rainey Rodriguez made that show.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely.
I
She was the
remember-
only good character. Yes.
Have you ever been there for iCarly?
Mm-hmm. Of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
Of course. Of
That's
course.
also my era.
Have you seen the reboot?
Yeah.
No.
I don't like it
There was a
because
reboot, but I
Sam
did
was the
not
best
watch it.
character, and she was like, and then she put out that book. Janet McCurdy. When she put out that book, I'm glad my mom died.
Oh yeah,
that
'cause
was
her mom,
so
yeah,
crazy.
her-
Yeah, because her mom was so abusive.
Mm.
That was like such a power move.
But then she was on.
Cat.
Sam and Cat.
Sam and Cat.
Yeah, and she talked about that too. But that was like, I feel like if she didn't do Sam and Cat, she probably would have done this iCarly reboot.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, I've not seen.
Because like
the reboot.
after Sam and Cat, she
Stopped.
stopped
Mm.
acting.
And
For the
just
most part.
decided to be a director.
Like a book author
Oh, book
and
author.
something like that. Yeah, but nah, that was no, because iCarly reboot, like they had everybody but her.
Big Time Rush.
Ooh,
Big Time
what was
Rush.
that other one?
Another boy, right?
It was like this worst. It was one of the worst. It was like
the two guys.
yes, and it was like in the island. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, King Island.
Kings, something of Kings.
Kings Island. It was like Disney.
Disney
series.
XD. Tall as Kings, Little as Kings, Kings.
Disney series. Disney.
Pair of Kings?
Pair of
Pair of
Kings. That was
Kings.
garbage.
Yeah.
Pair of Kings.
That was not good. No, I don't even know what that show was. I don't even remember what it was about. That's how
They both were kings for some reason on this island, and that was the whole gimmick of it. And they had to do like king things, like politics. The hunger or problem or whatever. I think.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Because I vaguely remember that.
Mm.
I vaguely remember that.
But like, I want to get into cartoons if we're on the topic of shows, because I know we're both big cartoon fans.
I'm also a big anime fan.
Gravity
Bigger.
Falls was probably one of the first animated shows I got put onto.
Bomb.
That was
It was bomb.
top. That is top tier television right there.
To me, the peak was, I think, because I was very much a like Samurai Jack and
I don't
Phineas and
know
Ferb.
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb. I know. Remember,
That
I know
was-
Phineas and Ferb because I know the girl that voices Candace,
Mhm.
Ashley Tisdale. She was the one in High School Musical.
Yeah, she was in
Sharpay.
High School Musical. Yeah.
Sharpay. That's like, and I knew, and every time I heard it, I was like, oh my god. And she was also trying to manage. She was also like doing music at the same time as that. She was acting, voice acting, music, all at the same time.
Really?
That she was like
Bomb.
She was at the top for like a hot minute, and then
Queen.
yeah, well, no, but I love Sharpay Evans. She
Hmm.
kind of ate like the mean girl role. Like she was one of the
Oh,
best
yeah.
ones. She's one of the best actors I think that did the mean girl really well.
And that's one of the very few like musicals that
Be good, be good, be
made
good
it.
to me.
Like it's so
good to me.
memorable. High School Musical.
Yes, and Hairspray.
True.
Hairspray movie was iconic. I don't even know how they managed to get Amanda Bynes at the right time to get Amanda Bynes in Hairspray, but however they did it, iconic.
She nailed
And
it.
Zac Efron was in that too.
Mm-hmm. He was in a
And Nikki
bunch of stuff.
Blonsky. Well, that was like Nikki Blonsky's big break. Hairspray, the movie.
I know the movie. Can't remember that character.
Nikki Blonsky. She was the main girl.
No, but I mean the
I don't know her name. I forgot her name, but yeah. But anyways.
Where's my phone?
But I do know. I can't wait to start filming videos though, like for me.
That's fun.
Cause I want to do I want to like really do like pop culture shit and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it'll be fun. I already, like I said, I have my first video up. My second one is the script is done. The third one, script is halfway done. So I really just have to like get my ass filming and editing soon.
But it at times it just takes time
Takes a
of your
while.
day.
Mhm.
So you have to keep in mind like, oh, if I gotta work, if I gotta go to school, you
Right.
know, I'll
Next
just have
week
to
is
do
gonna
this in my
be
free time.
Literally, and next week I have like a lot of days off, so I'm gonna like get a lot of filming done then.
Yeah, but next week is basically the end of the year.
Yeah.
Cause
No, next week's start of the year.
No, cause wait, what number is it today?
Next week is
28.
birthday week. for my
this
baby.
this week is the end of the year.
Yeah.
Cause it's on a Sunday.
Mhm.
Oh my God, we start the year on a Monday.
No, you don't. You start on a Sunday. Monday's my birthday, January 2nd.
Oh yeah, first.
So the first is on a Sunday.
The first is on a Sunday. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You know I was born on a Friday? I feel like that just says a lot about me.
But really?
Yes. Friday people are the best type of people.
I think my birthday usually ends either on a Tuesday or on a Friday.
I would never want to be with someone who has a birthday on a Thursday. I'm so sorry.
Why not a Thursday?
Thursday people, they just seem weak-minded.
Okay, so I feel like
You want to do a ranking? Like, no, like Friday people are literally, if you were born on Friday, you are the best. Like, it's just a select type of people. You just have to have the right vibe.
born on a Monday.
Mhm.
Like imagine celebrating your
Monday's
your,
okay, but like Monday is
celebrating your birthday on a Monday.
Well, I can't trash that because my birthday falls on a Monday this year. But I was born on a Friday, and that's what matters. So, what day were you born on?
I think it was a Friday too.
Period.
If either a Friday or Tuesday.
You were born 1997.
97, yeah.
You were born on a Sunday.
Oh, that's cute. I
Oh.
like that, but it's better than Monday. Because if you're born on Sunday, it's chill. It says a lot.
Really?
Yes, you
I
really
could
gotta
not
think
give
about
a
it.
ranking. For some reason,
I can.
Okay, for
I'll
some
do
reason,
days of the week. It's a days of the week ranking, basically. Come on.
for me, then like Saturday would be like so low. Because I feel like people born on a Saturday are so lazy.
Wouldn't you think that's Sunday? Lazy Sunday, right?
No, because I think like oh, it's cleaning the house day. You know,
Oh,
productive.
chores day.
Yeah, chores day. So you gotta be productive. You don't want to be, but you gotta be productive. And that's what I am. I'm like, fuck. I have school. Gotta do school. It's
Mhm.
boring. I still gotta do it. Oh, I gotta work. I want food and I need money. I gotta work.
That's life, baby.
What's your ranking then?
I'm so
I'll do a
curious.
top three because I'm not. Okay, listen. Bottom three. What I said, the worst Thursday. If you're born on Thursday, you're a whore. You're just trashy. Thursday, you're trashy Thursday. Like, stop it.
Okay.
So Thursday is the lowest. Like, there's nothing lower than that. Following that, I would say Wednesday, because people delude
Okay.
themselves into thinking it's like hump day. It's like, oh yeah, halfway through the week. Like, yeah, woohoo, Wednesday. Like, it's not that, girl. You're still midway through the week. It's bullshit, and it's usually the worst day for school, somehow, some
Ooh,
way, right?
Yeah.
So Thursday, lowest. Wednesday, and then I'd have to go and say Saturday as the bottom three for me. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the rest are okay.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. I can
Right.
see that.
Because Saturday
I
is.
can't make one of my own, honestly.
Really?
Because I don't know.
But no, I think Thursday people are just the worst.
Because
I'm
to me,
sorry.
the way I see people is like, oh, what is your like? It's funny, but what's your month?
What's your...
You care about zodiac signs?
No, not zodiac. It's just a month.
Why?
Because I feel like the month says a lot instead of the zodiac. Your zodiac kind of has an effect.
It's the
But
same
it's more
shit. A zodiac is per month, bro.
How many zodiacs are there?
12.
Oh yeah, no, I'm thinking about the signs. I was thinking about the signs. What was it? Because you can be a Leo fire or Leo water.
Oh, the what?
What are those called again? A fire sign.
Zodiac. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, I was thinking of horoscopes.
Yeah, same thing, bro.
No, but like what I feel like one of them is just.
So what's yours? So what's your zodiac sign, just for the reference? When's your birthday?
December 7th. So I'm like my sister told me a Sagittarius fire.
I don't know about the fire, but I just know you're Sagittarius.
I think I'm Mercury.
I think I'm Mercury, something like that.
I just remember fire because I'm like, ooh, that's a cool like avatar fire bending. And I'm like,
you're a fire sign, yeah. Sagittarius means you're a fire sign,
and
I think so, right?
I think there's a whole moon rising thing.
Yeah, it does.
Or I don't know.
I'm an earthy. I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, that's how it's built.
Never mind anything I said.
So you're brave, artistic, confident, passionate, and independent.
Not the independent part.
You don't like being independent? I mean, you're kind of independent.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just normally I'm just independent, but I feel like, for example, if there's something I don't know how it works, I would much rather seek help.
And do you consider yourself to be a practical person?
Yeah, very much. Very much. I practice a lot. Very much.
Are you practical? Yes, I practice a lot.
Be so for real.
No, but yeah. Passionate, absolutely.
Yeah. I like passionate people.
Artistic,
I like people that put passion into things. You know what I mean? Whether it is, like, whatever it is, your hobby, your work, your free time. Like, be passionate.
Because in the beginning, I always wanted to start a podcast, but I'm like, first I'll just start with a YouTube channel and then see how that goes. Yeah. And then eventually, I'm like, oh yeah, she also taught me, just like, why not just start it?
Why not?
Because and my sister too, because I always wanted to do with a co-host. That's the thing. I always wanted to do.
No, because it's better with two.
Exactly, two, and then a third person would be the guest.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you never found that person, or what?
I was thinking of it. I was thinking about it for a long time, and then when I moved here, there was two people I had in mind, but they were very far. And I'm like, I haven't known that much people here. I've been here for 2 years, and then after 2 years I'm like, yeah, I didn't find anything. So anybody, and then I'm just like, I'll just wait for a third person. Then my sister was like, no, just do it. Just do it on your own. Just do it on your own and just have guests. And she's like, do it. I'm like, you're right. That's why I bought 2, and also it's cheaper compared to like 3.
True.
I saved maybe like 200 euros extra for third mic, because it's the setup itself. It only has 2 outputs. So I need a third one for a third mic. Right. That's plus a price of a mic. And that's plus like, where is he or she gonna sit?
It's a lot easier for 2. But it's more genuine because it really just is a conversation.
Exactly. That's why I like it.
And we are conversating about a lot of different topics.
Exactly. That's what I like. This is what I wanted. Just conversation. Let's see how it flows without any thought about it.
Absolutely.
Thoughtless minds.
Yeah. That's right, Thoughtless Minds, everybody.
Should put a slogan.
Right, Thoughtless Minds.
Just don't think.
Oh, Nike's gonna come for you for that one. I'm kidding.
Jesus.
But wait, what's your horoscope?
Capricorn.
Earth.
Capricorn. Is an Earth sign, yeah.
Okay, so what sign can go with you? Because I know some signs can go with you and some signs can't. Because I can't remember if it's correctly, but it's either a Sagittarius and a Scorpio can't go together.
I don't know. I think Earth signs stick together.
That's how my sister judges my exes.
Capricorns and Virgo. That's a powerful combination. That's like, I think a powerful combination. Virgo and Capricorn. It's very much like they're the most compatible. I think because they're just.
How is that like?
Can I read here? What is this?
Calculated.
Yeah, it says they speak the same emotional language. Yeah. Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And they also do Cancer.
They speak the same emotional language, and water signs for emotional connection.
Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah.
So all three go together? Oh, I remember.
And air signs and fire signs are incompatible apparently, but I don't know about that.
I don't get how that is like calculated? Like, who says like, oh, these are compatible, these are incompatible?
It's a whole can of worms. Let's say that.
Really?
Yeah, because you really got to dig deep if you want to know the actual like justifications of everything.
Because do they have planets too or not? Yeah. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, how is the planets decided?
I'm not really familiar with the planets. I don't honestly care.
Neptune,
either.
Mercury. Can you look it up? I know a few of them. Neptune, Mercury.
What is the meaning of Mercury is in retrograde? Because I know everybody gets crazy. Yeah, when they say like Mercury is in retrograde. Retrograde. Is that it?
No.
Mercury in retrograde. Yeah, and then people are always like acting crazy because it's like the world is, going
okay, we
mad.
refer to these periods as times when Mercury is apparent retrograde motion or simply Mercury retrograde. To those who practice astrology, these times are in particular were traditionally associated with confusion, delay, and frustration. Think undelivered love letters, email blunders, and frazzled travel plans.
Yeah, it's like frustrating for a lot of people. So whenever you like have shit like that, whenever shit hits the fan in life, like people be like, oh, it's Mercury in retrograde.
It has to do with the planet's alignments. Like, it depends what planet might be in like your horoscope, because the stars align in a certain way, and that's like your horoscope.
Right.
And if a planet is in there, and if that planet is, for example, like in a certain house, like it could be your first or second house, and that has a lot to do with what you're gonna deal with that month.
Yeah.
I can tell you one fact. I know one planet that's aligned.
Is the moon a planet? Can we get a fact check on that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I really don't know. Because it's not an asteroid, that's for a fact. But it's I mean, it orbits around us. And it's thank you. That's what because it's not considered. I know for a fact because one of the big planets, they have the rings, but they're just very small.
Saturn?
I think, and it has like very small planets on it, or very asteroids, I think.
Why do we only know like
Saturn
12 main planets?
Oh yeah, so,
Like
yeah.
There's like the ones in our galaxy or solar system. I mean,
The Milky
we
Way.
don't know any other ones.
No, because
Like,
they're
people
very
don't know.
far. No, there are some they've seen with telescopes.
But like, they're not
Nah.
relevant to the world.
No, they're way too far to even have an effect.
Mhm.
Like something could happen in that like belt, but the chances of it happening now is very minimal, and it takes years for anything that to happen
But
to
isn't
get
that
here, like
crazy?
light years.
That's crazy though. Like thinking about it, like we are literally just people on a rock, out of one of 12 planets in a solar system in the universe. Think about that.
I think there's life.
Like that's crazy.
There has to be
We're
life
just dots
in a speck,
on a globe.
and like I don't know if the like
Can we get a solar system like Milky Way pictorial? I just want to see.
because I think that's also a
And
picture.
that.
Because I know some of those are actual planets, Acrux, Gacrux, and I know there's
Mimosa.
Mimosa.
Oh.
Have you ever seen the names of like giant numbers?
No.
Because I think some of them are just like names of planets, because that's how they compare sizes and stuff. And some of the names are hilariously funny. There's like one of the biggest numbers is called Bigfoot, and I think it's like way larger than a Googleplex. There's a Googleplex. No,
I don't know what that is.
It's like a Googleplex. It's one of the largest numbers there is. Like 10,000, 100,000, a million, a billion, a trillion, going up. That size
Gogoplex.
a Gogoplex, yeah.
Who decides these names? Who decides the names?
I don't know, but they're all
'Cause they're
like
so
pre-written. They're all pre-written. That's why.
By
Because-
who? Like, do
Because
we
they
believe that?
they needed it for astrology, for the amount of distance.
So like you could say like NASA named them. or some like astrology.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they need it for the amount of distance or size.
But like they could make that word anything really. Like if you think about it, like they really could have made that word anything.
American mathematician Edward Kasner, a professor at Columbia University in New York City, New York, USA, in 1907, he named Googleplex.
Yeah.
And then Kasner's 9-year-old nephew Milton Serrata invented the word Google and Googleplex in 1920.
9-year-old made that word.
13 years later. I don't know.
I'm saying it's from a 9-year-old. Like that's what I'm saying.
In 1907?
People can make anything a word.
1907.
You can make anything a word. You just have to like try hard enough and like make
I feel like that's how they came up with words back then.
Like you can make anything a word. Like make like it's even gibberish. If you like give it a meaning, it could literally become a word.
Wabba labba dub dub.
That's a fetch. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Is this a TikTok? Please tell me.
This is from the best movie of all time.
Which is?
Mean Girls.
Oh my god, that's from Mean Girls. I did not get that.
Oh, you're such a Gretchen.
Oh my! I need to Okay, I think I've seen it maybe once or twice, but I need to rewatch it.
We need to rewatch.
Because I remember the main actor, she had a whole like Kirby like phase. The white car. The main actor.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan. She had a whole like movie phase.
Yes, she was in Freaky Friday.
Mm-hmm. She was in a ton of movies. Yeah.
But did you see the new one that came out, The Falling for Christmas, on Netflix? It's like the corniest Christmas movie.
She was in Parent Trap.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was in a lot of stuff.
Lindsay Lohan. I miss when like Lindsay Lohan and Amanda Bynes like were like everywhere because they were like iconic pop culture icons. Yes, it was like them. Remember Miley Cyrus during her like crazy extravaganza phase? Who was it?
Extravaganza phase.
Yeah, like 2013. Oh yeah, Amanda Bynes. Oh my god, that tattoo. Thank God she got that removed. I can't. That was crazy. Yeah, no, Amanda Bynes. I mean, everybody said she went crazy. Britney Spears.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, now that rings a bell. Yeah.
Like all these pop culture icons, you don't get moments like that anymore, and it's sad because pop culture was like so crazy. Like even think about it, like now, like Lady Gaga, 2010s. You're not getting that like ever again. I feel like that kind of moment in pop culture, like everybody knows. Everybody knows.
I remember I saw it on like E News because I used to watch E News a lot for just the news going around. And
remember Clever News?
You
remember that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember Hillary Clinton. No, I mean, sorry, what's her name again?
Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff did this. Right. And I'm like, she's doing drugs. I'm
Addison Rae
what?
is like the new Paris Hilton. You just have to wait and see. She's just like she's like the TikTok influencer, but like she got so famous.
True.
Addison Rae is like the second most famous TikToker after Charlie. So
which one was the one that had a downfall because she did a very bad thing? I remember it's one of the TikTokers, the girl that. Oh yes, Sienna May.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that downfall.
I don't even know who that is though.
Bro.
Like she was not on like.
I was there. I was there. I was asked that.
Who is that?
So basically, she's a famous TikToker, right? That used to make a lot of dance videos and stuff. And then she had a guy that she was seeing was also a famous TikToker. And then they went to a party, and then she was from the beginning she was very obsessed with this guy. And at the party, this dude was knocked out and then like drunk, for example. And then she decided to do stuff that was not very much appreciated if it was reversed. And everybody was like, he's knocked out, leave him alone for a second. He's like, no, he's sober, whatever. And then the guy became sober the next day, talked about like what happened, like it was not of his own consent. Thank you. And then she stopped posting TikToks for a while. Her followers just dipped, and then she came back with an apology video of her dancing, and then basically saying like, oh, it's not my fault. What? And she's like, it's I'm still young, I'm still growing. And then she put the most iconic song from Sam Smith. If you look it up on YouTube, you'll find it. A lot of people, and it got so much backlash.
What?
It got so much backlash, and I feel like so after a while she just stopped posting. I think she's still posting. but it got Sienna May. Mm-hmm.
You know what? I feel
I
like
live for
cancel
the
culture
drama.
is so funny because you remember that James Charles, Tati, Jeffree Star drama?
Yeah.
That was peak culture.
Ooh.
Everybody knows where they were when Tati dropped that Bye Sister video.
We should-
That shit, that went everywhere. Like, and James' followers, subscriber count, live count going down by the million. That was so funny.
We should just do an episode of that, just talking about
Just talking
drama.
about culture and shit.
Ooh.
No, because we really can get into it. Because like, Doja Cat had her
Mm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Right. Remember
The
his
big-
conspiracy theory videos?
Ooh.
Oh my god, the one about the Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
But I remember
reusing
Shane
their
Dawson
pizza,
from the
and
beginning.
then everybody was like so freaked out about Chuck E. Cheese. That was so.
I remember that. But I
was
remember
great.
everybody knew Shane Dawson even before that. The whole
Because he was there like in 2009.
yeah, he was in the beginning of YouTube.
Early.
He was
with
the earliest.
I
I just seen all
Trisha
that.
Paytas,
Trisha
which is a whole
Paytas.
conversation.
She
in
is
itself.
she
Like,
is a
hello.
whole story.
But she is one of the Jenna Marbles too.
Jenna Marbles.
Rip. Oh, I love. She was one
what's
of the
her name
best.
again? Gabby Hanna.
Gabby Hanna. What if I'm the monster?
And oh my god, there's so much.
There's a lot we can
There's
talk
the
about, like just
talk.
pop culture in general, because it's a lot of people. Like, but
Even
Addison Rae,
actors.
she's like, oh, who was that? And then yes, because she's one of the top TikTokers right now.
Even wait, I'm so sorry. But even like
Charli
Panic at the
D'Amelio.
Disco.
Yeah.
Panic at the Disco. I just heard about that. She told me about
What
it.
happened? Remember Rex Orange County?
Yeah.
You heard about that?
No.
Oh, yeah, like he got I think he was sued about like 6 accounts of like sexual harassment or something like that. And I'm not entirely sure what happened, but all of them were dropped later.
Do you know
Like
Panic-
all of the charges were dropped.
really
And
was
then
dropped?
he like released a statement and everything.
Really?
Yeah, but like I don't know what's going on with that, but that's like shady.
Because basically, what happened? You know Panic at the Disco, right?
Yeah,
Do you remember
unfortunately I do know.
what do you mean? I love
I
them.
don't
But the main singer,
Yes.
Brendan
yes.
Urie, same thing. Apparently, and I'm like,
a lot of
I-
band lead, yeah, but that's the same, like that's a bad stereotype that a lot of band like the main lead of a band always follow.
That's-
They're always
yeah.
asses. They're always like
yeah.
those types of people.
I
It's
just-
sad.
A band too, or like Red, something like that.
Right, like it's weird, and if it's not the lead, then it's one of the backing.
Yeah.
Is there even a band like a boy band that has not like a rock boy band that has not been like problematic in one way, like a member like that? Like
Big
oh,
Time
but
Rush.
even like oh nah, I'm saying it, but like
even the Try Guys.
you know, but even them they're problematic. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was.
I remember-
whole
Because I remember the
thing.
episode where I think we said for a second the elephant.
No, it was with you. Remember?
I don't.
We were watching the Try Guys, and then because I remember she said something like, "Oh, they replaced one of the guys with just like elephants. You want to watch it?" I'm like, hell yeah.
What?
And they completely replaced him with an elephant. He's like at certain angles you still see him in the shot, but when it's his turn you just see an animated elephant. And I think they've done like maybe 2 or 3 episodes already where
That's
they
so
just put
funny.
something else instead of him.
That's crazy. Yeah, because he cheated on his wife. Or something,
Yeah.
and he was the family man of the group, so that's even worse.
That was his whole that was his whole thing. That was his
Mhm.
whole gimmick.
Mm.
And also even I can't remember if the girl also had a backlash because she was also not married but proposed.
What?
She also had a fiance.
But I thought they were married.
No, they weren't yet. Right?
What?
They weren't yet.
She had a fiance.
Yeah. I remember she told me, and I'm like, this can't be true.
Remember Tones and I,
No.
Dance Monkey, the worst song of all time.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you mean worse? Dance Monkey Dance.
That he shut that down.
What do you mean?
It's terrible.
What happened with her?
Well, where is she now? Have you heard of her since? Bloop.
What? Because I thought she was still making songs, but maybe they're not like popping or anything like that.
She like completely flopped after that. But that song was bad.
I thought it was good, but it was playing
You
everywhere.
and I hated it. You like that song? I don't know a single person.
No,
that
I
likes
don't.
that
I don't
song.
play for myself. I just if I
I
hear it
wouldn't
once,
even listen to it. Like I would leave if it was playing somewhere. I would leave. Like I'm not even
Okay,
going to involuntarily listen to that song.
I think I would.
You
Okay,
understand?
maybe.
Like
But like for example, no, but I
no, but
mean
Tones and
news.
I, like,
But news that happens with like popular artists, like
Mhm.
if it's not bad, you don't hear about them.
no, that's so true. It's only
the only way I know
controversy
by
that-
Kanye.
like headlines are only like if you only hear artists because they're the shit that they do. Like
Mhm.
Azealia Banks,
Uh huh.
same thing.
Good example. Good example.
Because like, what artists do you hear about? It's either they get married, they get divorced, or they do some controversy. That's the only way they're making headlines. Literally.
I like, even for actors, the only way I know that Tom Holland is still alive is like, oh, he's making a new movie. Oh wait, Zendaya. I'm like, oh wait, he's gonna marry Zendaya, and they're like, oh, this is Zendaya's like
But I feel like actors are more celebrities than artists nowadays. Like it's just like more people know. Like people know artists, but I feel like people like they know the face of like actors more.
Because that's the thing, TV and movies. And if you're a pretty face, you're gonna be almost everywhere.
Right. Like Jenna Ortega now, she's the new queen because of
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I love that.
Absolutely,
show,
everything is
I
about
can rave
her.
about that show because that show was amazing. You remember Tana Mojo?
Absolutely.
That's another controversial queen.
Absolutely.
Tana Khan.
Oh my
the Shane
God.
Dawson documentary, and then the whole thing. That Tana Mojo. Wow.
She is.
And Bella Thorne.
Thorne.
Remember when they were a thing? That's something. That's another controversy queen. You don't get those anymore.
Wait,
that was on like 2018.
Can I say something about Tana Mojo? Because like with some of the drama, because you know Jeff Wittek got into an accident because of David Dobrik.
No.
Yeah.
Well, he's like having surgery on his eye. It's not going to be fully like functional anymore. And Jeff Wittek has a podcast, and Tana Mojo is a host. But she was recently with David Dobrik at his pizza opening. And
So she's
Jeff
still
Wittek
being messy.
and Jeff Wittek and David Dobrik obviously have beef.
But Tana Mojo and David Dobrik were go like way back, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's
But
kind
she
of
took sides.
yeah. Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know, that's what I'm saying though. Like that era of Jeffree Star, Tana Mojo, James Charles, Shane Dawson, Trisha Paytas, those controversy queens. Where are they now? Because YouTube has gotten so boring because there's no controversy allowed anymore.
But if not,
I mean, still is, but it's like you don't get because like the biggest names you know are in the messiest scandals you know.
Okay, then I guess we'll just end it on.
Okay, let's just do a little ending clip then.
No, yeah,
Wrap it up.
no, I guess we'll just end it with the audio because the video went away. So
just put a face.
just put it. Yeah. So
a
Alex,
fish swimming around.
Alex, thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a fun time. It's been absolutely swell.
Right. This is just flowing off the tongue.
I hope more like episodes gonna be like this, and I hope to see you more in more episodes again.
Thank you. I hope so too.
It'll be absolutely swell.
Yeah. Thoughtless minds, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.